Well, it's not just Cleveland dealing with this lousy winter weather. Let's bring in John Doran from WTHR in Indianapolis with a live look at the conditions there. Hi, John. How are things looking? Any better for you guys?
I don't think so. Winds are howling. It is freezing cold. We see snow blowing around. And, I mean, really, these flags are telling the story of today. Wind gusts sustaining at 20 to 30 miles an hour, gusting at 50. I mean, this is really dangerous stuff. We want to add that we're just steps outside of our studio and running right back inside when we were done talking with you. But snow started falling here about 24 hours ago, and right behind that was the freezing cold, the winds, and this powdery snow that you're still seeing on our parking lot, sidewalk, and the streets. And it's so cold, it's making these Department of Public Works plows, salt trucks, it's making their job a whole lot tougher, clearing these streets with salt not being as effective and just no melting happening. But we are absolutely going to be seeing this cold for the rest of the weekend and currently headed right back inside to warm because it is dangerous out here. I'll send it right back to you in Cleveland.
Thanks, John. Not a fun time to be in the Midwest right now. Appreciate it. Stay warm.
It's a cold time to be in the Midwest right now. Okay, well now we send it back over to the Weather Center with Betsy Kling and Jason Michael. Hey guys.
Yeah. All right. Kick it on over, Betsy.
Wow, look pretty. Most certainly. You know, we're kind of just jumbling things together. I just talked to Jason about, kind of how we divvy things up. I'm kind of focusing on the near term and the now. He's taking you through the weekend because the weekend is actually when the news really starts to get better and better. That extended forecast, we really see these cold temperatures backing off, but we are still very much in the mix right now. Air temperatures, actual air temperatures holding below zero all afternoon, and those absolutely frigid wind chills, 25 to 35, even colder, below zero all afternoon. It just seems like it's unrelenting as the wind is not expected to back off all that much. We still have very windy conditions. So if we back it up 24 hours ago, I kept saying we're going to hold at 40s and then it's going to come in hard and fast. This is the last 20 hours in Cleveland. We were in the low 40s at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then look at that temperature plunge, especially once we got into the early morning hours. I was in with Peyton this morning for Go. We started at 4:30 in the morning, and I kept going, okay, where's the cold air? It's, single digits. And man, it came in like a lion. And as soon as we went down into the single digits, road conditions plummeted. And then we started to have folks that woke up and figured out they didn't have any power. So it really kind of all really boiled up, if you will, during our morning Go show from 4:30 to 7 a.m. And then we've kind of been in a holding pattern ever since. We still have the frigid wind chills overnight tonight, through the day tomorrow. And then finally, as the wind speeds come down on Sunday, I think we'll get those wind chills back into more controlled numbers. But 15 to 30, even 35 below zero wind chills tonight. Low visibility because of the blowing snow that you've already been dealing with. The high winds are going to continue. And the wind problems, of course, translate to power outages, which have been coming and going. Massive kudos to the electrical engineers and especially the linemen and the crews who've been out getting folks power restored, because it is a very dangerous job in these conditions. It's a dangerous job anyway, but in these conditions, it's extremely dangerous for them personally. And man, they are putting it on the line for all of you. So if you see them, honk and wave and say thank you, if you will. We are still getting some snow that's ongoing. And what I'm seeing here on the radar is we're starting to see the snow band shifting south a little bit. So we're going to kind of put the flag back up for Lake and Lakeshore Ashtabula counties. You've likely had flurries and light snow showers if you've even been able to tell because of the blowing snow. But we should see an uptick in snow rates as that band begins to settle south. That means I-90, which already has speed restrictions between 528 and 44. That got put in place early this morning. But I've been seeing some posts that the New York State Thruway is closed, which of course is 90 as well. So there are some problems out that way. Meanwhile, out west, we don't have any new snow that is falling, but all the snow that fell and the black ice problems, we have wide open spaces, so the blowing snow has been an issue. The turnpike remains closed between US 250 and the Fremont area, and you can see this is all black ice. All of it is black ice, and the road salt that they put on there really doesn't have much of an impact. The visibilities remain very limited because of the blowing and drifting snow, and of course that's because of the wind gusts. These wind gusts, 40 plus, 50 plus miles per hour continue. And overnight tonight, we'll kind of go through a few stops here, but you can see we still have a lot of these 40, 50 plus mile per hour wind gusts. By tomorrow morning, it's starting to ease off just a little bit. And through the day tomorrow, it's going to continue to back off. So it's a slow process of getting these winds back in control, but it's going to take some time. And that's why all of our alerts go overnight tonight. The blizzard warning goes through 4 a.m. as of right now. Winter storm warning for the rest of the area through 10 o'clock in the morning. And then we also have the wind chill warnings for everybody all the way into the day tomorrow, too. So it's going to come to an end. It looks like it's going to come to an end just in time for Christmas. We're having a white Christmas, although it's going to be a cold one. But that cold air really doesn't last too long. The good news is Jason has more on all of that.
Hey there, BK. Well, I've been getting some questions over on social media, which has been really awesome here. I really want to take a moment to thank our viewers for, reaching out to us, letting us know what you're seeing, how you're dealing with the storm, how you're rallying through, and what the precautions you're putting in place to get you and yours through the next couple days here. I had a question recently posted to me on Twitter asking what a bomb cyclone is, and what we hear a lot of these terms kind of thrown about and thrown at the wall, and you're like, oh my gosh, what is that? What is that? Well, this is just a rapid intensification of a cyclone, a mid-latitude cyclone like we're dealing with right now, dropping pressure. That drop in pressure also increases the wind speeds and also increases the intensity of the storm over 24 hours. And this is why this has been such a menacing storm across the lower 48. And now as it picks up and moves through Canada, it is sort of wrapping around and it's pulling in a whole lot of energy as it's throwing up showers and even that mixed precipitation in the New England states and still lapping up lots of energy back over towards the Great Lakes states as well. On the backside of that, we're still going to be dealing with that aerial high as it builds as well, and it funnels in all of that energy south into the lower 48, straight into the mid-Atlantic, the southeastern states waking up in the south, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi waking up in the teens this morning, and likely feels like temperatures in the single digits for tomorrow morning. For the rest of the evening, we're still going to be dealing with some blustery conditions, blizzard-like conditions. In fact, not even blizzard-like, blizzard conditions through the evening and overnight through the early hours for us on Saturday. Visibility still going to be hampered across the region as some of our emergency officials, as well as snowplowers, first responders are getting out and doing their job, and we thank them for it, to get all of us here in Northeast Ohio through the Christmas holiday in a very, very safe manner. 9 a.m. still got temperatures around 0 to 5 degrees, a widespread across the region. Through the afternoon, we bump things up just a little bit, as Betsy is saying. We're still within that 24-hour period of peak wind gusts, at least 40 miles per hour. That continues through the afternoon on Saturday, through Saturday night, through the early hours for Saturday arrive on Sunday morning. Single-digit temperatures tonight. Feels like temperatures, again, well below zero. We stick with that throughout the day tomorrow, despite going into the double digits in terms of some of the daytime highs for tomorrow. But the wind chills will be looming throughout the afternoon. And as the winds calm down sometime on Sunday, that's when we start to change the tide and start to warm things up. Saints versus Browns tomorrow. We're hoping for a win, Browns, so you take it away now. Breezy winds, flurries still blowing about, and snow accumulating, still likely a few more inches far north and also east. Key thing to point out in your 7-day outlook, okay? We're stepping one day after another. 28 degrees by Tuesday, coming close to near freezing there on Tuesday afternoon. We're above freezing and significantly on Wednesday and even better by Thursday. But we exchange that with a few more showers, pop-ups likely on Thursday with more scattered showers possible on Friday. 51 degrees, guys. We are hopeful for that. Carmen,
yeah, Jason, Mike and I were just talking. It's like this week will never happen. Next week we're just going to be in the 50s. Like none of this.
She's from out of town, folks. She's not used to this.
I'm not used to this. You're right.
It's a bit schizophrenic around here.
Well, okay. Welcome to Northeast Ohio. Thank you, Jason.